Hey, it's Roy Richardson, your friend, neighborhood tech troublemaker, and tonight we're going to talk about producing the live show. So if you like to live stream to YouTube and you want to learn how to level up your live game, this is the episode for you. I've got a fantastic guest who has interviewed so many celebrities, who has produced so many live productions, and he is going to talk about his secrets and tricks and the things he does to level up his live streams. He's currently on about 3 different YouTube channels, and so he's a busy man, plus he does a lot of live production for a lot of folks. So tonight, I'm excited to present Corey TallBoy Sanders to the show. Welcome.
How you doing, man? How you doing? Hope all is well with you.
Everything's great, yeah.
I was trying to see if I could switch over cameras real quick, but I think you already started me live, so I don't know. Maybe we just have to just go with what we got.
Oh, yeah, I can change scenes and pretend to know something while you figure out cameras if you want, but I'm okay with that. So it's your call.
All right. Well, you take me off the camera. Let's see if it works.
All right,
and then
because
if
I
does,
want you to look your best, so you'll be your best. You know.
Integrated webcam, and I'm not a fan of that integrated webcam. And
that's okay. I'll talk some of the folks that have showed up already. They're excited to see the show. Mom D, I'm with you, TallBoy. And Sam Superstar says, hi, everyone. Hit the spot 1006. Hey, TallBoy. Hi, Sammy. Hi, Mama D. Walter Strong, a third in the house. Lights, camera, stream time. Hey, Robin from Robin Buys and DIYs. See, Walter
all right,
saying hi,
sounds
everyone.
like we.
James is out there.
It sounds like
you ready?
Oh man, so I gotta definitely bring it because James is here, right?
So much pressure, right?
All the strong here. Papa D is here. All the pressure is here. Like the whole family. Sammy's here. Oh my god. Yeah, we got to definitely bring it today. All right, so I got it. I got it switched over. So I'm ready whenever you are.
Oh,
how you doing?
There you are. You're on main camera now.
Oh my god,
that's
live. Crazy, man.
Live is live.
Yeah, and we're live. So we doing this all in like real time, right?
Yeah.
So we can't make no mistakes, and if we just say, hey,
we're gonna make some mistakes. I'm running the show, so we're gonna make some mistakes. That's why you're here. You're supposed to teach me how not to make mistakes. So that's what you're here for.
Oh man, so now the pressure. So look, now the pressure is definitely on.
Pressure's definitely on.
Wow. Okay, I accept the challenge.
In case you don't know TallBoy, he has interviewed so many different celebrities and sports stars, and I'm amazed how many comedians you've interviewed. So many different comedians. D.L. Hewley. I was like watching different interviews you did. I'm like, oh man, he has definitely interviewed some cool people. So, and then definitely looking at all your different different productions you do. So yeah, just really really cool stuff. So. Let's get started. So, hey, how did you get started with live streaming to start with? How'd you get involved in so much tech? You have so many gadgets and stuff.
So it's funny because I've always been a tech head, right? And I really didn't know that I was a tech head, but I mean, from the moment I was like a kid, I remember I wanted the Nintendo and then the Sega Genesis, and those were just the video games. But then remember the TalkBoy that in Home Alone, the little radio. Like I even had one of those, like I have a mini disc player sitting over here. I have a whole bunch of gadgets and the mini disc player never took off, right? So
no, it was cool.
It was the tape, it was the CD, then the mini disc, and then it was like Napster and audio streaming, and it started to come around, and then the CD just CDs and streaming took off, and then the mini disc player it just became shelfware for me. So I've always been into tech, even.
And then the internet said, no, you will not talk. Okay, well, we'll wait for him to catch up with us. So we were talking earlier tonight. I was talking with TallBoy, and he was telling me about all the different things he does production. He just got a Rodecaster, Rodecaster Pro 2, of course. And I told him just that device right there right now is a hot topic. He should do a video about it. But that's not his kind of channel. On Wednesday nights, he has a tech show that he does. And we'll show you. Yes, tech happens. So we'll see if he hopefully comes back here shortly. This right here, the Lab Tech Show, comes on every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and he takes tech news and breaks it down into plain English so that you understand it. So I knew that he would be a great guest for the show from that standpoint as well, because anything he's going to tell us once the internet comes back for him will be in plain English. So some of the tips he's going to talk about, and I don't want to steal all this thunder. And by the way, if you stick around to the end, we are indeed having a lightning round. If he gets to come back to the show, we'll see. Wow, this is the first time I've had somebody completely freeze and just freeze. So anyway, hopefully he'll come back here shortly. While he is there. So tonight I'm going to do something new with the lightning round. I have added a countdown timer, so we're going to see what happens. I'm going to start it at 3 minutes, and we'll just see how it goes. In the past, I have not had a countdown timer. I had several people say, no, you got to have a countdown timer. You got to get a countdown timer. So we'll do 3 minutes. That seems to be the average everybody's taking to do the lightning round, and so we're going to try it. So one of the cool things about live production is, well, first of all, tech happens. You'll see that, like, for example, here's a scene I have. So I set up different scenes on my configuration here, and I have a Stream Deck. So I use a Stream Deck to change between scenes, and I use Ecamm. TallBoy uses vMix, which is probably the best production software for PCs. Though I still say, too bad for Windows that they don't have Ecamm. It's just a Mac product, so too bad, so sad for those guys. Wow, any minute, hopefully they'll come back. And so you'll see there's this concept of pattern disruption. I've talked about it before, is that you as a viewer, you're watching the show, and you're like, hey, what's going on? Lisa Maria Hudgens says, hey, I found you. Yeah, hey, welcome to the program. TallBoy's coming back. I'm pretty certain of it. Who likes the webcam? Everybody likes the fancy Sony. Yeah, you can have a Sony camera. No. What's up, Corey? Well, I have to tell him when he gets back. It's fine, Tori. You need to bring out a game, TallBoy. Bring a game, yep. Looks like yourself now. Yeah, he changed cameras to TallBoy, bad man, definitely out there killing the game. Yeah, just blowing it up when it comes to live. Red carpet strong. Yep. So, wow. Let's hope he comes back. Hey, wow, all the way from California. Very cool. So, yeah, we always tell everybody, hey, it comes on at 6 p.m. My show comes on each week on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. Pacific. So, hey, there's somebody finally on the show from California. Actually, I've had lots of folks from California. Sometimes I have people from all over the world on the show. But anyway, it's Lala's son's birthday, so yesterday, so they're probably still celebrating that. And so part of that production process, as he was talking about, he's got a lot of remote devices that lets him live stream from just about anywhere. If you have an HDMI connection and can plug it into a device like he has, it lets him live stream from anywhere. You can live stream with your phone. If you have a YouTube account, you can go on to the YouTube app, and right there at the bottom, it will let you live stream. There used to be a requirement. I think you had to have 100 subscribers. I think that's been dropped now to 50. And how long does it take me to, Walter wants to know how long it takes me to, so I usually spend, and he's back. I usually spend about an hour or two working on my slides. And basically, I will do some video slides. Being a Mac user, I use Keynote because Keynote, I am using a stand-up desk. It actually only stands up. So I have like a stool that I use sometimes when I'm sitting. So, TallBoy in the house. It says you're muted. Let's see. Why are you muted? Okay, I'm an unassigned placeholder. This happened to me one time before, and it wouldn't let me assign it. All right, so unassigned placeholder, green room. Here we go. How about now? Nope. Wow, tech is really happening tonight. We're gonna have one of those nights. I'm telling you.
here.
I know it won't let me like assign you to a camera. So I'm like, what is going on? So let's try here. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. He's here. A little bit digitized. Anyway, so
I
Walter,
see, like, man. So the tech really wants to really mess with me
I
today, and I
know
know James Hicks and Walter Strong is like, look at this guy. He's on PC. He should just switch over to Mac, right?
you gotta get a Mac. It'll fix all the problems, of
Oh
course.
no, I'm not going to Mac. Anybody knows me knows I'm team iOS, and I mean I'm looking at myself on this TV screen. I look so bad on camera, man. Like
It's
this is horrible.
it's
Oh my!
digitizing like crazy. I don't know what's going on. You
I
gotta
reset my
quit.
computer. I'm coming in slowly but sure. It looks like it's getting better by the moment or by the
Yeah,
second, right?
it's probably because you're streaming to 500 places at one time. So
All I heard was I was like just talking about how I got into tech, and then all of a sudden I just froze out, and it's like got him.
I know,
I
right?
guess I'm getting picked on.
You've got so many friends out there. Mama D, Lisa Marie Huggins out there. Of course, Walter
Oh
and
man.
James and Sammy Superstar, and Hit the Spot.
Oh man.
1006 is out there.
She's gonna have a good time with
Yeah,
this.
it's like, and I know we were just talking about how amazing it is to go live. So we're gonna get back on track, and we are
Okay.
going to let the show begin here. So you talked a little bit about your tech journey, and then tech happened. So I'm not going to use the word tech again for a while to see if we can get away with
Okay.
this now.
Okay.
So tell us about kind of your show production process. So what do you somebody comes up and says, "Hey, TallBoy, I want a show on YouTube. What do I need to do? What's that process for me? What's that look like?"
Okay. So for the ones who are thinking about, and I'm sorry, I have these headphones and one of them fell out when I had the monitor on YouTube. I apologize. Um, this is definitely a weird stream, right? This is not the way we planned it because we did talk before the
We
show. But
did.
anyway, here,
We prepped a long time, so
neither here nor there. If somebody walks up to me and says, "Hey, I'm looking to produce a show or I would like a show produced. What do I do? What does it look like? Or how does it look like? Or however you say that." And the first thing is, what kind of show do you want? Do you want a cooking show? Do you want a talk show like the show that I just got through producing? Are you trying to do like a concert series? And then we kind of figure out what you want. And then from there, we say, how long is the show going to be? How many days of the week are you looking to build it out? And then, so are you doing this once a week? Are you doing this 2 times a week? Is it once a month or whatever the case may be? And then I'm not going to say anything about Mac users, but I produce live streams on PC and I use the software vMix. Um, I think I could share my screen a little bit. I don't know what I can do over here
let's
on your software,
we'll
but
see
let's
what
see what we have.
happens. We'll see what happens. I have this scene right here for sharing. So let's let the
Okay.
sharing
All
begin.
right. So this is my television studio here, or this is like what my scenes. And for the ones who do watch the show, they know that this is the Lab Tech Show. But I have some other shows that I have as well that I have things built out. So it's kind of like a TV studio. And when you're in the boardroom, and I'm literally operating everything over here. So this is on my left hand side is my scenes, and on my right hand side, this is where I monitor my audio. Everything on the left is my uh, preview, and anything that you see on the right is it's actually live or it's actually hot. All right, so that means we're actually whatever's in red. Remember, it's always you're on. If that makes any sense. So I tried to come in through this earlier, but we froze up, so I don't want to mess up again. And then everyone says it's TallBoy on his PC instead of his Mac. So we'll just leave it for this and just leave it up for assumption. I'm glad we can have jokes about this. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you can literally, and let me see if I can find some things here, and I should be able to pull them up quickly because we're not sharing the screen. Well, we're sharing the screen, but I'm not pulling in from an external source to come in on your show. So this should be easy, fairly easy. So these are some of the other shows. Let me see if I can find like some scenes. I've done Hit the Spot 1006. She has a cooking show. So we had overlays that were built that make it look like it was hers, and for her unique branding. We also had the show that I just got through producing, and then outside of that, let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. Looking okay, a single camera scene. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this in and hit OK, and then so you can have an idea. So you see, my show is one way where it's a tech news show. So what you see is live over here. So you see me on that one side with the black screen, and then these are the articles with the timer or the countdown. And then with hers, if I did it right, nope, I did not do it right. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to show that.
No,
This is
it's all
not going to
good.
work.
Yeah, we don't tempt fate or tempt tech
Yeah,
in this
yeah, it's
case.
just not. Yeah, at this time, this is not looking good for us.
So, so you're kind of
But just
thinking. Oh, sorry.
wait,
Go ahead.
but just know that just know that you can build out scenes, if that makes sense, and they can be branded for you. So I'm gonna see if I can bring in the show that I just got through doing. I'm gonna see if I can bring in one of hers, and then that way it could look a little bit different, so you can see what it would actually look like. Let me see, Miss Watley. Let's see if I can find her. Miss Watley
So
presents.
let me
Go ahead,
ask you
talk
while
to me.
you're looking. So, basically, you talk to someone, you say, "What's your brand going to be?" So, what you got to try to find what makes sense to kind of allow them to identify themselves, to kind of bring about their uniqueness, and
Hmm.
you create scenes.
Color, scene, all of that. So we
You
create
got a color
scenes.
theme.
Is it camera? Is it one camera? Is it two camera? Three cameras? I mean, how? I mean, are you going to be talking and then you want to display something? So, like for example, we have this one here for the show that I just got through doing. So this is a scene. So that would be two cameras. So you'll be two input. So one is for the person talking and another guest, or it could be a photo, it could be a video, and then we can change it out and it could look different ways. So it just depends on the color scheme of what you want. It could be how many scenes do you want in there. So it could be like a recipe and then a camera showing you cooking the food and you talking, or it could be you showing a video of something and then also I'm trying to think of the word because I'm at the top of my head. Um, a video that you're trying to show, or a photo, or you may have like a PowerPoint presentation that you're looking to display as well. So that's kind of what that could be. And it could be two scenes, it could be three scenes, it could be all the way up to 8 scenes. Now, quite naturally, you don't want the eye to always be busy, right?
Right.
So the eye's always constantly moving around, but you don't want to be too distracting because you want people to hear the content and see the content at the same time. So hopefully that I explained that very well.
Yeah, and so I guess you design like lower thirds and overlays and uh, kind of I guess like promo intro type videos and stuff like that. You kind of I guess it depends on what somebody's asking for. And
Right. So we can create intro and all of that. So basically, if you want an intro to your show, that's something that we can do. This is an outro. I'm not going to play the whole thing of the show, but this isn't. I don't know if that's too loud. Did you hear that
yep,
audio?
I did hear it.
Okay, so you did.
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can turn that audio down. 1 second. There we go. So we're just going to just play this real quick. So this is a quick outro of my show here. And then, so we're not going to show the whole thing, but it could be all the way up to, I think this one is 41 seconds. You make it as long as you want, but I mean, we can make something short. It can be, kind of go from there. So you just imagine this being an intro.
Yeah.
Imagine it being an outro, whatever the case may be. So that's something that you can actually do. And then that's just the unique identifier of your show. So,
Yeah, and you just got to figure out what you just got to figure out what represents you. Me, it's the color blue.
right. So we would
What?
design something blue for you, So
Hmm.
it's like if your colors are blue and then you say tech troublemaker, you just kind of tell me what you like. We give a couple designs. Now that's more of the artistic design that has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the show. But remember, that's going to be your look. That's going to be your branding. So once we've created the branding for you,
Hmm.
now it's okay, when are we going to air the show? Where do
Yeah.
you want to air it? Do you want it on Facebook? Do you want it on YouTube? Do you want it on Twitch? Do you want it on LinkedIn? So quite naturally, if you're a business person, you're going to want your content on LinkedIn, right? Because
Yeah.
you want people to know that you're the brand expert on LinkedIn. And at the end of the day, you want people to know that this is who you are and you're giving them some quality or you're giving them some value. If you're on Facebook and that's where most of your audience is, then family, friends, or whoever you do your business with, if Facebook is your platform, that's great. And if YouTube, which is a broader audience, where YouTube is the #2 search engine in the world, if you want more
Yep.
people to find you, you can go to YouTube. Unfortunately, we cannot stream on Instagram when it comes to these layers and inputs and stuff like that. And because unfortunately, Instagram wants you to shoot in vertical mode, and they
Yeah.
don't, and they want you to come from the phone. They don't want you necessarily to come through a computer, or they don't want you to come through cameras. They want you to actually do it natively from your cell phone. So unfortunately, your options are your website, your personal website, YouTube, Twitch. I think you might be able to do Twitter, and Facebook and
You
LinkedIn.
can. Yep. You can. So, and I've been approved for LinkedIn, but I haven't done anything there yet. I've also been. Well, you can also you can also go live on Amazon. If you want to
yeah,
promote
Amazon
stuff and
Live,
sell
yeah.
stuff. Yeah. So, I've also been approved for there, and I hadn't done anything yet. But I'm gonna ramp up before Prime Days happen, so I can go out there. There we go. So, anyway,
You're gonna be
yeah,
the tech troublemaker salesman. There you
that's
go.
right. Yeah, I'm terrible at selling, but I can just my thought process is this is the gear I use. I would buy it if I had to start over again. I'd buy the exact same gear, and if you're interested in that, this is what I've got. This is what I think is awesome stuff. So yeah, all right, yeah, and so like Walter was asking earlier, how long do I spend putting together my overlays and stuff? For me, every episode I spend about an hour and a half to 2 hours prepping things. I want to, for example, when guests are coming on, I want to do things that represent their brand on my show so that, hey, it's an opportunity for them to talk about stuff they're working on, which I wouldn't have brought them on their show if I didn't want them to talk about the stuff they're working on, because what you're working on is what fascinates me, and your workflow process. Walter, of course, you were joking about this earlier. Walter wants to know what software you use to do your intros and outros for your live shows.
Man, I should be beat up for this because I know it, but I can't think of it. And if
Okay.
James is still watching, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I've already paid for the year for the service as opposed to because I'm not a subscription guy. So I just
Yeah.
paid for it for the year. And because I'm not doing a lot of intros and outros, I've actually honestly forgot. Like, that's a good question, Walter. James, if you're watching, please put in the comments what it is. This is so bad.
Let's see. Yeah. Mama D says she enjoyed your show. She enjoyed what she saw of your show. So, Tina
Okay.
Wakanobi says hi, Roy and Corey.
Hi, Tina.
And then Mama D says, TallBoy, you're amazing. Back-to-back shows. Go, boy.
He's the one. He's the one doing all the work over here. I'm not doing this show. I'm just supposed to be the brand expert, and right now I'm doing a horrible job. So I am so sorry.
It's all
I'm
good. You're
supposed
doing
to know
great.
all so, but my mind is somewhere. But my mind is somewhere else right now, and I'm trying to get into the flow of things. I should have brought I probably needed liquor tonight. Can we have liquor on this show? Because right now all I got is I don't even have my favorite beverage. This is my second favorite beverage. So normally everybody who watches my shows, they know you got to have your favorite beverage.
Yeah.
And I normally have my made, so I'm drinking Simply tonight, and unfortunately, I am so off my game. So bear with me. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. Lisa Maria says if you have a YouTube channel that I upload videos to, I can live stream almost like going to Facebook or IG Live.
Yes. So you can actually do that. And I think what tonight's stream is all about is if you wanted to do it more professionally, anybody can go from their phone. So we're not knocking you from going from your phone, because at the end of the day, we just want you to start if this is something that you want to do. So, for example, Lisa Maria, um, she is my spiritual warrior over here, where she
Mhm.
sends me spiritual quotes every morning. So if she wants to give that good word of the day or the motivational nugget of the morning or whatever, if she just goes live on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, that's great. But if she
Yeah.
says, I want to kind of format this into a show, then we would kind of create these overlays like you saw earlier, or even like a background of what we have on the screen right now, or whatever you're looking for that fits your
Okay.
brand or that fits your color. Yeah, put that up there. That's good.
uh, the sound was too loud. There we go. Fix that problem.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you can have something in motion. So we can create this, but as you can see, that's something moving in the background. But you see
Mhm.
how that looks as opposed to you're just going live
Yeah.
uh, on your phone, and then it's like, okay, I'm up against a solid wall, which is great. I'm out in the store. I'm in my car. But we're just saying, if you want something more professional, this
Yeah.
is how we go about doing it, and this is what if you want to take it to another level, you either can do this yourself, or you can hire a producer such as myself or another producer that is engulfed or that knows their respective streaming software. So if the person is a Mac person, they go with Ecamm. If they're a PC person, they go with vMix, and then some others they just use OBS. So whatever
Yeah.
is fitting for you, it's no different from you going to the church service on Sunday and you're watching the show and you're watching the. Some people are at home watching the live stream. They have their own branded show. So I mean, so you could reach out to your local media department in the church and see if they can help you produce, or you could
Yeah.
just reach out to somebody who does it remotely, and then you kind of go from there.
Definitely. And in regards to whether you're on Mac or PC, there are options that are free. OBS is free. It works on
Hmm.
both Mac and PC. The catch with it is it does have a bit of a learning curve, but there's a lot of YouTube videos that'll tell you how to use it. So if you put the time in and make the investment, OBS can work. StreamYard, you can start with StreamYard and restream for free to stream just so many hours a month. They kind of have a limit. You can only do quality at a certain level, but those are great ways to just get started to find out if going live on YouTube or Facebook or wherever is for you. Over and above what you do on your phone, and you can use your phone as your camera on those programs. So you don't have to go out and get an expensive camera. You start with what you have. And so tonight is we started with what we had, and now we want to level up. We want to go to the next level, and so definitely bringing you on, and let's talk about that. And so definitely, kind of what's your workflow process like whenever you kind of start a show? What does that look like?
So once we figured out the branding, once we figured out how many days we're gonna go, how many hours, or once we figure out the logistics of everything, then it's where are you gonna want to stream? And some people say, I want to stream on Facebook, I want to stream on YouTube, I want to stream on LinkedIn. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Me personally, I recommend that you go to YouTube because I always look at it like this. And this is just TallBoy's personal opinion. You could do what you want, but YouTube is right now currently the only place that you can actually get monetized. You can't get monetized on LinkedIn unless they Cash App you, Venmo you, or Zelle you. Same thing. Well, I think with Facebook you can do stars, but with YouTube, once you reach the threshold of 1,000 members and 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours, that's when you can start making money and receiving a check on the 21st of every month. So with that, I highly recommend just building out your brand. But some people say, I want to stream on Facebook and I want to stream on YouTube. You're splitting your audience up, but sometimes it's hard to get people that are on Facebook to come over to YouTube and vice versa. So once we figure that out, we say, all right, well, we're going to stream to help build up the content over on Facebook or YouTube. I use a software called Switchboard. I think is what is it called? Switchboard.live.
Yeah,
Is that
Switchboard
it?
Live. Yep.
Yeah, so I use that, and once I create your stream on YouTube, quite naturally, the people that watch or that do live streaming on YouTube, they know how to create their own stream. So it says that you hit the plus button and it says upload a video or go live. You create all of that content that's inside of there. And then once you create that, as far as your description, your title, your tags, and all of that, you then now go into another screen. And I don't know if we have that screen up or not. Let's see.
Let's see here.
Let me see. Can I share my screen and we'll just create something here?
Yeah, we'll go back and let you share your screen. Hang on. There you go.
All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to switch over accounts real quick.
Sure.
And then I don't want to be in the account that I was just in. So,
okay.
All right. So we're going to go over to the Lab Tech Show. And then, so quite naturally, you're going to want to create a thumbnail, of course.
Are you sure?
And then no, not yet. I'm just trying to get
us through it. Sorry. Yeah.
So you hit the, let's see, here we go. Go to share the screen. There we go. We want the Chrome tab.
We have to wait for our color TV to warm up.
There we go. Am I sharing now?
Yeah. There you go.
All right, there you go. All right, so where you see over here in the top right, it says upload video or go live. So you hit this button here where the camera is, and then you go live.
I'm going to shrink my big head so they can see the button you're pointing at.
Oh, do I need to go back?
No, yeah, you can go ahead and point to it again if you could. There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back. Let's
start over, yeah. My fat head was in the way. You couldn't see the button you were pushing. Right, there we go.
So this is for anybody can do this. It takes 24 hours. So when you create your first YouTube channel, you have to wait 24 hours before you can actually go live. So you can either upload a normal video or you can go live. And then once you say you want to go live, it's loading. There you go. You can either stream right now. You can use your webcam that's on your camera, or you can manage, or you can schedule a stream over here on the right. So normally what I do is I schedule the stream because I'm setting it up the day before or the day of, but a couple hours prior. But if you want to stream right then and there, you can start streaming. But when I go schedule my stream, we're just going to reuse the settings over here from last week. You put in your title, put in your description, whatever you want to put in there. And then after that, you select your category, you select your thumbnail. And then after that, you hit next. And then from there, you select whatever appropriate buttons that you want. Do you want to do a live chat? Do you want the live chat replay? I leave all that there so that way when people go back and watch, they can see the engagement that was on the show. And then you can decide that you want to make it private, unlisted, or public. And then you just select the time that you want to go live. Once you select that time that you want to go live, it takes you to this screen here. Now, this is where the techie part comes in. So it gives you a stream key, and then you can name the stream key and then your URL. So this is kind of like for the ones that are like, hey, I want to produce my own live stream and I want to run it myself. Normally, a person like me, if I'm producing this, you never see this. You just give me your credentials. I come in and I load everything up. But if you want to go out there and learn this side of it, this is how you go about doing it. You have your stream key, which is here. They normally keep it locked. So you literally have like 10 seconds to copy it. Take that stream key over. And what I normally do is I use, can you see this? I'm not sure if that's there. I'm using, so stop sharing, and then I'm going to share another screen. So I took that stream key, right?
Okay.
And then when I took that stream key, I go over to a software that I use called Switchboard. And so over here, I can send out 10 streams at the same time if I wanted to. So that takes the stress off of my software. So I use vMix. Some people use Ecamm. I don't want all that stress on my computer. So if you say I want to stream to your Facebook page, my Facebook page, Lisa Maria's Facebook page, Walter Strong's Facebook page, that's 4 people, right? That's 4 Facebook pages on top of their YouTube channels. That's 8. With this software here and the package that I have, I can send out to 10 people. So what I would do over here is I need to basically set up a system to where I create a template. Same thing of what you just did for YouTube. Basically, your title, and you can see over here on the right hand side where I have previous shows of over here. So you have your title for Facebook, you have your title, your main title, your main title for Facebook, your YouTube title, the category in which is in, the description, and then your tag. So I normally just copy and paste all of this over here. And then once I select what I want, I come back over to that hamburger menu and go back to my workflow. And then once I go to my workflow, you see here that I have on this one here, it's LinkedIn. I have that code from YouTube, which is the generic RTMP, my Facebook page for TallBoy, and the Facebook page for the Lab Tech Show. So I'm streaming out to 4 places on Wednesday, every Wednesday night. Now, I don't promote all 4 of them. I just only promote the YouTube one. So what I would do is I would go back over to YouTube, copy that stream key, and then I would come down here and I say, I want to add a new destination. These are all the places that you can stream to using this software. So that's Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, the Cast, LinkedIn, RTMP, streamingchurch.tv, Snapstream, Akamai, Vimeo, and DLive. So for me, I just use the RTMP because the RTMP allows me to pull the direct code for that stream that I just built. With me building just that code, all I'm doing is just copying it. Remember, we only had 10 seconds to get that stream key. I put that key here, I grab that address, and then we're good to go. And then once I do that, it's automatically put here, and then that's where you see it. And so now, whenever I'm ready to go live, I know that I can go live in 4 different places or 10 different places or however many places that I want to go to. And so this is taking the stress off of my computer, because now this is kind of where it kind of gets techie and technical, right?
Yeah.
And people are like, I don't understand anything of what's going on right now. So this is kind of like why this is part of the production or the producer's job, right? I
Yeah.
was sure the stream goes. All you know is I'm just live on Facebook. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on LinkedIn. I'm live on wherever you say that you wanted to go live. Now it's my job to say, let me make sure I point your stream into the right direction. Back to that software that we were using earlier. Let me see. Can I find it real quick? Share screen. And then we're going to go back to vMix. And so now we're into this software here. And while we're in the vMix software, there you go. Now I can go into the stream. And when I go into my stream here, I can stream out to 3 places on vMix. But remember, I'm pulling, I'm using my CPU memory off of my computer. So depending on how fast your computer is, because not everybody can do what I do, because I have an i7 processor with a NVIDIA graphics card. I mean, this is the really techie stuff. This is the stuff that most people are like, man, I don't know what you just said. I'm just going to let you do it, right? So for the ones that are interested, it's like, okay, you said you wanted to learn how to stream and you wanted to up that level. Well, this is the systems and the processes that we go through to say this is how we make it go live and make it look good. All you know is at 8:00, TallBoy goes live. But before that, there's steps that we have to do. So here so let's recap real briefly. We went to YouTube. We created saying that we wanted to broadcast live from YouTube. Now that we created that, we went over to Switchboard and we set up our workflow through Switchboard. And then now we come back to the system that we're going to be working all of our scenes out of. So like for me, I do news articles. I do 4 news articles every Wednesday on the Lab Tech Show. The show that I just got through doing previously before I jumped onto this stream, where it was over 100. There was over 120 inputs that were being used today.
Wow.
Pictures, video, different scenes that we were going back and forth. So I had to build all that out manually. So that took me about 4 to 5 hours, maybe
Mm.
6 hours to build that show out last night. So
Wow.
that way you saw it today, it looked the way it looked on today. So people don't see all of the behind the scenes that goes with this. So now that we're here, it's time to go live. I can stream out to one, two, or three. So I don't need to use Switchboard Live. I can use vMix. I can use just Ecamm if that's what I want to do. But if I want to say I want to stream to Tech Troublemaker's Facebook page, I want to stream to Tech Troublemaker's YouTube page, my YouTube page, then I only have three sources that I can stream out to. So there's no way that I can do that. So the only way I would be able to do is to use a secondary software that will allow me to push out to those 10 streams, which is the switchboard. But what I have to do is I have to direct my stream from vMix into switchboard. So what I would do is I would grab that RTMP code. I hope I'm not losing you guys. Grab the RTMP code from Switchboard and put it in here because remember, we're going from vMix to Switchboard and then Switchboard to whatever channel that you want to go to. So originally, we created a stream from YouTube. We created a stream and we said we're going to go from YouTube. Then we said, all right, well, we want to stream to multiple channels. So Tech Troublemaker says, I want to share your show on my page. Well, we had to go through Tech Troublemaker. So we had to get his credentials to log in. And now we're here over here on vMix. I hope I'm saying that right without losing you.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how this whole workflow kind of goes. And once I start over here, once I say I'm live here, I'm just going to just hit the start button. And then I'm going to switch back over to Switchboard. And then, so basically, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for it to kind of kick in. And then once it kicks in, so I said, I'm going to start streaming right now to Switchboard. And then what happens is it's giving me a feed. And then once I get that feed from vMix, then I have to wait for it to hit Switchboard. And then once it hits Switchboard, then we can go live from there. So right now I'm looking at it. It's saying that it's live on Switchboard. So watch this. I'm going to share my screen and then I'm going to come over here to Switchboard, share. And so as soon as I hit this button here that says go live, I can go live to any one of those channels that I'm there. Any one of those. Or if I want to do all of them, I just hit this box here and then hit go live and then they all go live there. And then now you're live.
And that RTMP key is a unique identifier that identifies that stream. So it's unique. It's every YouTube video has like a unique identifier, and so just think of it as like a unique fingerprint that only says, "Hey, this particular stream is using that key." So that's why it's letters and numbers and symbols, and that's why it's very unique. And so that's what you're pasting in to say, "Hey, the stream I want you to use is this one that I'm going to send out, and here's the key for that." So just think of that.
Now keep in mind, if you don't want to, if you only want to stream out to just your YouTube channel, if you only want to stream out to your Facebook channel, and you're using PC and using vMix, you can do it without using Switchboard. I just do it because I want to stream and I don't want to put multiple. I don't want to put all this stress onto my computer. So for every stream that I send out, there's CPU and GPU power that's going out on one stream. And remember, we're pushing out over the internet. So when you guys see that circle or see me freezing up, well, my computer is taking that stress. So whatever memory I have available on my laptop, whatever memory I have over there, I need to be able to have a lot to be able to push out 1, 2, or 3. So since I know that I'm pushing out over 120 instances or inputs, that's now 120 is now 240. 240 is now what, 360? Is that right? That's a lot to be pushing out. So take the stress off of my computer, send it over to Switchboard as a third-party service, and then let them handle my stream. So a lot of people are like, I don't understand anything that you just said. I'll just pay you to do it, right? So I don't want to discourage you, but if you want to learn how to do this, this is kind of like the systems and processes that we go through to kind of say this is how it all works behind the scenes.
Yeah.
No one knows what you're doing, but now this is the actual process and how it actually works. And it's like, do I want to take this on top of talking about whatever it is that I'm talking about today? Like that's a lot to try to manage. So when I do my stream, or when James or Walter does their streams, even you have to produce, you have to be the talent, and you have to be able to interact with your followers. So that's a lot. Everybody's pulling. You're pulling from everywhere. So are you getting double audio like I had earlier today? And it was like, well, what's going on? We're about to be live. I got to figure out the audio. I got to make sure that the pictures are right. Are they sized right? Do they fit in the actual overlay boxes? So, I mean, you prep and you do everything that you're supposed to do, but quite naturally it's live. So whatever mistakes you make, everybody sees them. So just get the start of the show, throws up. Yeah, live is live. So, but there's a whole process behind all of this. And I don't want people to get discouraged. It's just not for everyone. But this is something that I love to do. And if you would like to learn how to produce, or if you would like to do this on your own, this is the process that you have to go about doing it.
So we got a lot of folks. I've literally been hearing all this chat. So let's just get caught up here. Let's see. Sammy says, "Wow, 2 hours." I think he was talking about how much time I spent, but then you tell us you took 6 hours prepping for your live stream today, and like hit the spot. 10:06 says that is dedication. So, James is doing team no sleep right now.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll find it for you, Walter. I'll send it over to you.
Yeah. Hit the spot 10:06 says, "You are not prepared. I should have been your co-host."
Give her a link. Let her come on in. Let her come on in. She's okay. Yeah. I should have had the Minute Maid, Lisa Maria. I should have had it. Today I cheated. Lisa Maria, I cheated today, and I brought out Simply. I did not bring out my Minute Maid today.
Scott says you're doing great.
Scott's my guy.
Yep. Lisa Maria says, "Oh, that's way cool." I'm trying to get caught up here. It says, "Yes, you of course. It would be more professionally done with a webcam, but it would be more professionally done with a webcam PC." Well, if you have a webcam, if that's what you have, lighting is key. You can make a webcam look good if your lighting is great. If webcams, unfortunately, don't focus very quickly, most of them don't anyway. And so to compensate, you got to make sure your light's amazing so it doesn't have to work so hard to keep you focused at all times. So like this camera focuses very quickly. But back when I first started, I had a Logitech C920 and it did not focus very quickly. So that's the key there. And then Sam saying, "Yes, you're right."
Will mine work?
Yeah. It's working. So it's a little grain. Is that a webcam?
No, this is just a mouse pad.
No, I meant that you're hitting that with. Hang on, I'm trying to make my phone be quiet. There we go. All right. Mama D says, "Me and you went from one show to another. I'm loving you as too. Sorry, I subscribed to you as well." Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I hope that you will look at my channel and find other stuff that you find helpful and interesting. And Mama D says, "I'm investing in you and TallBoy. I'm learning more about tech now." So, yep. Lisa Marie says, "Exactly, Mama D. I just subscribed as well." Thank you. And then, Tina Juan Kenobi's talking about it works like Restream. Yeah, Switchboard.live works just like Restream does. The downside with Switchboard.live is that it doesn't bring in your chat. That is the biggest problem I have with Switchboard.live. I have a subscription to Switchboard.live. I looked up. They had a lifetime deal that I bought into from AppSumo a long time ago. I said, I might use this one day, but not being able to interact with you guys easily makes me crazy. So Mama D says, "Lisa Marie, we're going to be jumping on Tuesday, huh? I'm loving it to support the family love."
Hey, man, my family. Hey, my family is strong, man. When they come, they come. So
That's awesome. And then Tina says multiple stream for you and anyone you send the link to. Yeah, so like a couple weeks ago, I was on James Hicks' channel, and he sent me a stream, and so I was able to restream his live stream on my channel because he was using Restream, and I was like, oh man, this is really cool. So kind of means I missed out on it. There was a chance to get in cheap on Restream, but it's gone. Walter says, what are some tips you share with your clients on how to do their first live stream with no audience?
Smile, laugh.
Yeah.
Be confident. Seriously. I mean, if anything, be confident. I mean, you're the subject matter. You decided to go live and talk about whatever it is that you wanted to talk about. So I know you talk about sports, Mr. Strong. And if you know your stuff, then you know your stuff, right? And you can't be over there talking about, well, yeah, Memphis is better than Cleveland, or Memphis is better than Golden State, but you don't have fact of why they're better. Well, if Golden State just beat Memphis, then you need to be able to provide facts of, well, they beat them X amount of games to a 7-game series, or this player did this. Like you're a New York guy, so I don't know if you're Nets or if you're the Knicks, but I mean, we all know, and I'm not trying to shade the Knicks, but I mean, the Knicks have not won anything since when? So I mean, but you have to have those facts, and you have to be confident about whatever it is that you're talking about. And then at the end of the day, I mean, you're just having fun. So you're not expecting to go viral. I know a lot of people want to go viral, but the question is, are you providing value in anything that you're offering? If you're not providing value, then why are you live? I know Lisa Maria, when she does her live streams, or not live streams, but when she does her post, she's sending out inspirational nuggets. When she's ready to start speaking confidently in front of the camera, she's going to be able to know her stuff inside and out, and she's going to be good at whatever she does. When Hit the Spot 1006, when those cameras come on, she knows her stuff when it comes to cooking. She tells you, you need to mix this with this, and you need to mix this with that. And if you don't do it like this, then you didn't hear that from me, because I'm telling you now, you should have did it this way. But she knows her stuff. When Tech Troublemaker says we're about to go into the lightning round, he knows his stuff. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you just have to be confident in whatever it is that you do.
We'll wait and see if I know my stuff. I made some changes to the lightning round. I'm testing out tonight, so I don't know. Live is live.
Definitely doing a lot of yeah, we're doing a lot of testing
today. That's it. Lisa Maria says yes. Yeah, Mom D, and that's me. LOL. And Lisa Maria says you consistently do an amazing job, sir. So
I'm humble.
Wow, TallBoy, and says I'm a save up and just hire you. So there's one of your customers. She's getting ready to start doing live, and
she gets
gonna need you.
Discount.
Shell says amazing. Let's see, what software are you showcasing? So we were talking about vMix, and we were also talking about Switchboard.live. And then Lisa Maria says me, and it's a whole lot, and you guys make it seem easy, but you're technical. Really, it is just doing this over and over and over again. I don't wish you to go look at my first video from April of last year when I started going live every Tuesday. I don't recommend it. I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't have amazing audio. I had a webcam. I didn't have proper lighting. And I'm still not perfect. I'm still not where I want to be, but I've come a long way. And TallBoy, obviously, he's got it down. But you started with that first thing you did, and kept practicing until you got it working. And then, like me, there's a puzzle. I got to solve this puzzle. I'm gonna look great. I'm gonna figure out what it takes to make it look great, and I'm gonna do the work. And it's just you putting in hard work and dedication, I know, in order to make this look like it does and make it look easy. So,
well, like you said, it's rinse and repeat. When we first started, we all made mistakes. When you first rode your bike, I remember the first time I got on a bike with training wheels, I ran into a tree. And I was like, how did I run into a tree? Right? And I'm like, I'm never getting back on this bike again. But now I know how to ride a bike because I kept getting back up, and I did it again. I did it again. I did it again. And now it's like it's repetition, and so you'll never forget how to do this. So it's just a matter of you just be willing to just say, hey, I'm a flub over here. Like even today, we were having issues today with audio,
Yeah.
and I still haven't figured it out. I really wanted to kind of invade his live stream today with some of the sound effects that I had. Excuse me. I really wanted to do that, but it didn't work. So I said, you know what we're not going to do is make a fool out of myself on, Big Troublemaker's show, right? And I just said, let me go back to what I know until I'm ready. And so hopefully by tomorrow I'll have it figured out. And if not, guess what? We're going to continue to use what we got until we get to where we're trying to go. And that's something that you just have to remember. And that's in anything, whether you're Lisa Maria that's talking about inspiration, to Walter Strong that's talking about sports. I mean, you have to do your research and you have to know your stuff. And if you don't know it,
Yeah.
you're not going to look like the brand expert, and people aren't going to want to mess with you.
I'm not sure of context here. Lisa Maria's saying, "Leave us alone."
I don't know.
Say I love you. Well, thank you, Mama D. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's so nice of you to say. Then
he's just a country boy from the South. That's all. You just love his accent. That's what it is.
I'm just one more state over from TallBoy. So, anyway, yes, amen. On the hit spot. Yep, 106, and then so in your point, love, and anyway, yep. So love you anyway. Good stuff. All right. At least Maria says you're talking about my Knicks. So
they're horrible.
All right.
They haven't had a winning season in how long?
Okay, here we go. We're gonna go right now. We're gonna go right now into the lightning round. So, is everybody ready? Is everybody ready? So I've made some changes. Everybody said you gotta have a countdown timer. So we're gonna see. The countdown timer is probably too long, so we'll make it work. It'll be fine. So we'll just see what happens. Cause hey, live is live. So.
Oh, we got lightning and all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
all
wow.
Right. So anybody doesn't know this or that. It's a lightning round. Is it this or that game where I say, hey, is it this or that? Which one of those you prefer? And so I haven't shared any questions, but I always end with one last question every single time I ask. So we'll just got to stick around and see how it goes and see how he does. I'm anticipating you're going to finish way ahead of time but I was kind of gauging it based on previous shows, and on average it winds up being about 3 minutes. But we haven't been timing anybody, so don't really be in a hurry just because there's a countdown timer. Because it's new.
Am I just giving just a response with no context behind it, or am I giving?
It is so much better to give context. You should go ahead and tell us why you feel that way. So let's just don't worry about it. I may do away with the countdown timer. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Crazy things happen. All right, so we're gonna start lightning round. We're gonna start the timer now. All right. First question, dining out or home cooked meal?
Home cooked meal.
All right, silver or gold?
Gold. Money, money, money.
All right, dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Whichever one is the Reese's peanut butter cup. I think it's milk chocolate.
Yeah, I think it is too. All right, working as a team or working alone?
Unfortunately, I like working alone, but I wish I had a team.
All right, pen or pencil?
Pencil, because if I cheat, I can always erase.
All right, live in a tree house or in a castle?
I need a castle. I'm a king.
Yeah. All right, zip up or pull over hoodie?
Pull over hoodie.
Yeah,
it's cold outside.
My son can't stand zip up. Yeah, every one of them's got to be a pullover. I'm like, so. All right, call or text?
Man, if you don't pick up the phone and call me, we're gonna have some issues. I'm old school.
All right, pepperoni pizza or cheese pizza?
Man, pepperoni, man. You know what it is.
All right, My Little Pony or Care Bears?
Neither.
I think my slide. All right, football or basketball?
You already know it's basketball.
All right, smoothies or milkshakes?
Now that's a good one. That's a real good one. I like strawberry and let's just go with smoothies.
All right,
They're fruity.
all right, all right. This is old school here. GoBots or Transformers?
Transformers. The
Pepsi or
car
Coke?
turns into a. Oh man, that's really good. I'm a Coke guy. It's Atlanta. We're Team Atlanta.
You got to stick with the state beverage, right? All right,
Right.
roller coasters or bumper cars?
Bumper cars. I do not like roller coasters at all. Bumper cars. I'd rather just run into you.
Instagram or
Ah,
Facebook?
ooh, that's a good one. Let's go with Instagram. Let's do it for the gram.
Yeah.
That's where all the girls are.
All right, and the last question: ninjas or pirates?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
All right. So yeah, the time worked out there. All right. So game over. All right. That was a lightning round. Thank you so much. Let's see. A lot of times, a lot of the folks will like share with us what their answers would have been. Let's go see what we got. Let's go see here.
Does people share as well?
People
Or
share.
they were
Yeah,
just
they
commenting?
they take this pretty serious. So Tina Walker says, "Here we go." All right, this or that time. I got a smiley face. All
Uh-oh.
right. Oh, let's see. Could I get your opinion on StreamYard? I was considering it.
My opinion or
Either.
your
We
opinion?
should. Yeah. What's your opinion on StreamYard?
Um, we've had it. Personally, it does not give you the functionality of what vMix or Ecamm will allow you to do, right? It will not allow you to move the pictures around, resize them the way that you want them to be resized. But if you're just starting out and you want to have some type of uh, a starter live streaming, professional looking stream, then that would be the way to go. Now, I do think that there's other softwares out there that you can probably get a little bit cheaper, such as Flutin, such as Melon. And then also, a lot of people don't know about this one, but Veercast, Veercast. They are based out of Kentucky. They just released their own similar service like a StreamYard. And I'm pretty sure that you can find those deals a little bit cheaper than what you would pay with StreamYard. Now, with StreamYard, on the flip side, is they do have weekly calls, and you can have Q&A with the actual founders, which I think that that's pretty cool that they do on Sunday. I think it's Sunday at 8 or Sunday at 9 Eastern Standard Time, where they literally, you can just join the call, the weekly call, and if anybody has questions, you're talking to the founders themselves. So I think that that's really cool.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I would not go with StreamYard because I don't like the functionality of not being able to move my assets around, such as my pictures or videos. I can't bring in customized music the way, and they may have changed that functionality, but I can't bring in customized music or sound effects the way I can do with vMix or Ecamm. So for me, it's a no. And like I said, I would probably look at Melon. I would look at Flutin. I would look at Veercast and see what their pricing is. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit more stable and and you just want to up your broadcast and you don't want to pay a producer like a guy like me, and you want to do it on your own, then why not give it a try? I mean, I'm just not a fan of subscriptions. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay away from subscriptions because that $14.99, that $19.99, that
Yeah.
$5.99, and that $2.99, it all adds up.
It
And
does.
if it's not a lifetime deal, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not going to rock with it.
There is a free tier of StreamYard, and so if you just want to play around with it, there are some limitations like he was talking about. But if you just want to play around with it, if you're not doing anything complicated, it's a good way to start. It makes it real easy, the on ramp to get started live streaming. But I mean, he's right. If you want more bells and whistles, then you're gonna pay for it somewhere. So let's see what else we got. Tina One Kenobi says Reese's.
That's right, Tina.
And Sammy Superstar says teamwork. He also says call.
Yeah.
So I guess didn't like text. Old school Tuesday turn up. Hey.
Yeah, we just left her show, so she's
I know.
here. Hey.
Yep. Tina says Care Bears,
Oh.
and Sammy says
I'm a milk.
Sammy says milkshake, and then Tina says
Okay.
Coke, and
That's right.
then 1 minute. Yeah, we had about 29 seconds left, so we did pretty good there. I was pretty happy with that.
So about 2.5 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah, about 2.5 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I really didn't want you to rush because I really think the context it really is what makes it more fun. You know,
Uh,
yeah. So we'll have to rethink that
Now it's
segment.
funny because you said Facebook or Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I've been kind of hinting towards it on my show. I've actually found a new streaming platform outside of Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Fanbase. I'm not sure if you've heard about that or not.
Hmm. I
But
haven't.
Fanbase is like it's like Clubhouse, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook all together.
Oh wow.
And the cool thing about Fanbase is you can post your content on there, and you can actually get paid. And they
Hmm.
call it through loves. And
Okay.
so basically, it's like a penny per love. And basically, you can be in an audio room and somebody can give you loves. You can be go live and people can give you loves. You can post short form content or a post like you do on Instagram, a
Hmm.
photo or a video. And if they like it, you can even lock the content that's behind it. So I've been playing with this software for about a month and a half now.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it is once you make it to $50, they pay you out on whatever. I think it's the first of the month. I'm not sure the actual date,
Hmm.
but I'm building a community over there, and even though it does not have the following that Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok has, I think that could be the next up and coming app, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well, the future is definitely videos, so you just got to figure out the platforms that make the most sense because it, kind of Clubhouse has kind of lost its way. Everybody there was all excited. It's gonna be audio, so exciting. But anyway, uh, Sam Superstar said that was so amazing. All right, question for TallBoy from Walter. He says, 3 things you wish you knew before you started doing live streams.
Walter, that's a good question, man. 3 things I wish I would have known. One, I probably would have reached out to some people and said, "Hey, would you be willing to assist me because this is where you're good at. As a publicist, marketing director, you're good at graphic design, you're good at writing out emails because I'm out here trying to figure this all out by myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I have my strengths, but I may be weak in other areas." Um, Two, I probably should have jumped on vMix a lot earlier. I actually met the founders of vMix here in Atlanta at the very first StreamCon, and they
Oh
told
wow.
me to jump on vMix, and I did not do it when they told me to do it. So now, when the pandemic hit, I literally just went all in,
Yeah.
and now, and then three, I probably would have forced myself to either, and I guess this is a two-part three. Um, I would have either forced myself to niche down to say, like, for example, Hit the Spot 1006 only does cooking, so she's gonna talk about cooking. I
Mm.
only talk about tech. I'm gonna talk about tech, whereas I'm all over the place on my personal YouTube channel. I would have niched down, or I would have stayed on one platform, like what you're doing right now, Tech Troublemaker. I would have stayed on YouTube as opposed to saying, let's go live on Facebook, let's go live on LinkedIn, let's go live on YouTube, let's do it live and try to meet the audience where they were. I would have said, no, I'm going to force myself to say I'm going to be on YouTube. But by the time I figured it out, it was like, okay, how do I wean myself off of Facebook?
Yeah.
How do I wean myself off of LinkedIn? And then solely focus myself only on YouTube. That's what I would have probably done.
Yeah, I agree with that lesson because I pretty much think I can only do one thing well at one at a time, and
Mm-hmm.
and so so that's me. I decided I'm just gonna focus on YouTube, and when I'm successful at it, then I'll branch out to other places. And I will tell you, Facebook doesn't look too kindly to YouTube, and then you got TikTok doesn't, Instagram doesn't like TikTok, and so YouTube gets upset if you post those Twitter. I mean, this TikTok watermarks on videos to go to YouTube Shorts. I can't talk, so I'm gonna stop.
No, but I just think that at the end of the day, it's just you finding. So for me, and I try to tell anybody and everybody that I work with, go to YouTube, because what's the number 2 platform, right?
Yeah,
Hit the spot. Excuse me. Old School Tuesday Turn Up was in here, right? And so she had this amazing interview that she did with this rapper by the name of
yeah,
Kango Kid. He's one of the pioneers of hip hop, right? If she would have did that interview on Facebook when he passed away, she could say, I did this cool interview with Kango Kid, right? With this rapper. But now we got to go scroll from when she did this interview back in January, February, March. I think it was March of last year. We got to scroll back on Facebook. How many? I don't have
yeah,
all day to be doing this on my phone. But if you go to YouTube, right, and this is
yeah,
a golden nugget here. If you go to YouTube and you type in Kango Kid and Old School Tuesday Turn Up or Kango Kid, the interview is going to probably just pop up. And
yeah,
it's like, this is one of the last interviews that he did before he passed away. So I can tell you I did this cool interview with Tech Troublemaker and it was on Facebook. But 5 years down the road, am I going to scroll through 5 years worth of content trying to find that? Or am I going to go to YouTube, which is the number 2 search engine in the world, type in Tech Troublemaker and TallBoy, and it pops right up? Which one would you rather have? Do the math.
yeah. Hopefully, in 5 years, my videos then will be so amazing, and you'll be back on the show. We won't want to look. We won't want to look at this one. We want to go look at the one 5 years from now.
No. You know what the funny thing about this is, Tech Troublemaker? Seriously? The funny thing about all this is when I find people when they blow up, I like to go back and see where they were when they first started.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. So it's funny because it's like, man, if you look at some of my old YouTube videos,
Mm.
like of the I Am Tallboy page, but people don't
Yeah.
know that there's a whole nother YouTube channel that's out there of Tallboy that's in the universe. And if you look at those videos, it was like, dude, I don't tell anybody about those videos, right? But then in 2012, I said, you know what? I'm starting fresh
Yeah.
and I'm going to move forward and my branding is going to look like this as opposed to what it looked like from 2009. So now where I'm at 2022, my content looks totally different.
Yeah. Nope, that's good stuff. Let's see. BGG Grooming says, I use OBS. OBS rocks, man. Good stuff.
Hey, man, use what you got, man. I love it. I don't know. What does the 2 mean, superstar?
I
Are
don't
you a
know. I was
Mac or
wondering about that. I'm like, I don't know what 2 meant. I don't know. And then, of course, he's asking Mac or PC. We know the answer to that. So,
Yeah, we all know the answer to that, Sammy. Your team Mac, Tallboy's team PC. I will be PC till the day I die. There's no way. I even thought about getting an iPad so I can do Amazon live shopping, and it's like I just cannot see myself
yeah.
just giving money up for an iPad. I'm sorry, I just don't like the iOS
Yeah.
ecosystem. It's just not. I'll probably never get an endorsement from Steve Jobs and Apple community. I'll never get one from StreamYard, but I'm just honest. I just tell you how I feel, and I give you my reasons behind it. And it's not to bash anybody. I don't want to take anything or take any money away from anybody, but it's just not for me. And my
Yeah.
content that I create is not going to be for everybody. I want it to be for everyone, but it's just not. It's not going to be for everybody. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Now I'm with you. I mean, like we were joking before the show. I work on Windows and Linux all day long, and then when I get home, I get on the Mac because I'm like, I don't need the Windows problems. I'm gonna come home and just work on something else. But you use what works. And I was a Windows and I was also an Android person forever. I mean, if Microsoft didn't make so many mistakes, I wouldn't have the career I have now, because my job was to make Windows work in spite of itself. Mama D says family food and fun. LMBO. Laughing my butt off. Yeah. Amazing show, y'all. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's because,
hey, look, Mama Lee, this is what we're trying to do over here. We're trying to create content because we know there's nothing on TV on a Tuesday night. And if it is it anything that's worthy? But at least you're learning something over here, Mama D. We giving you some quality content. You can walk away and say you learned something new. I know I probably talked over your head, but somebody that cares about this live streaming and wants to say, let me see, do I really want to dive into this? or do I just want to just ask somebody else, hey, can you produce this for me? We're
Yeah.
just showing you how it works versus if you want to do it yourself.
All right. And then Tina Wan says that your friend could have repurposed that video with the rapper. So, yeah, Kingo Kid, she could have repurposed it.
Mm-hmm.
You still could take it and post it on Facebook. But your point being, they'll never find it because it doesn't search well on Facebook. So, YouTube has just got such amazing search capabilities. So, valid point there.
Right.
Walter Strong says both Ecstasy and Kango Kid passed away. Woke. So, definitely sad there.
Well, we're just look. We're blessed. Yeah, we're just blessed to be able to get Kango Kid to just sit in the chair, come onto the show, and then we've also had some amazing artists that have been on that show there by itself. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, the connections that she has been able to form, the connections that I have had, and then now it's one of those things where that melting pot of how do we create good content. We just want to be able to pay homage and give artists their flowers for that show. And if you love musicians, if you love old school R&B, by all means, that's definitely a show that you would definitely appreciate. But then I'm not opposed to taking on a country show or a pop show. If somebody wants to do the diligence and do the work that Miss Watley does, by all means. If you want to just sit back, and I think what this is all about is like for TallBoy, I produce the content.
Yeah.
And so you sit in the chair, you focus on doing the interviews, you focus on, just being your natural self, and you don't have to worry about pressing all the buttons right now. Right now, Troublemaker has to host, he has to read the comments, he had to set it all up. I mean, basically what we're doing is this is what TallBoy does behind the scenes, and you have your set of questions, just like on Good Morning America. Who is it? Name some of the Good Morning America hosts. I can't think of their name.
I'm a Today Show kind of person, so I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, so name some of the Today Show folks. Al Roker.
Al Roker.
He's the weather guy. Who's some of the ones that are at the desk?
Coda, what's her name? I can't remember her last name. I don't remember.
Okay.
But
so
anyway,
whoever,
I don't watch a lot of TV.
So whoever's at the desk. So who's ever at the desk, they're not in the back holding the camera. They're not in the back switching back and forth. They're just focusing solely on the questions. And what I'm here to do is just take that stress off of you. And we're just showing you the process of how it will work or what my workflow is all about. So when people say, well, he's not doing anything. Oh, yeah, we're building out the show. And it takes a lot. So shout out to Miss Watley for making me really work last night to make today's show awesome.
Sammy says it was not about you. He's talking. The number 2 is about the answer to the StreamYard question. So okay, all right.
Okay.
Lisa Maria says great show, Tech Troublemaker. It's been a great learning experience, a pleasure. I'll see y'all next week. I'm an early riser, so I gotta say good night. And Mom D says Apple.
Oh Lord.
Savannah. My wife says Savannah Guthrie, so I forgot about Savannah. And then Mom D says, love y'all. Night, amazing show. So that is our show. Now we need to do some shout outs here. I want to talk about your great program on Wednesday night. So you are going live tomorrow night, right there. The Lab Tech show tomorrow night at 8 p.m. He picks 4 news topics. I should let you talk about this, but he has 4 news topics, tech news topics, and he puts them in plain English for you to understand. And so definitely if you are looking for tech news, you want to know what's going on, things that might affect your PC or your phone or might affect your life, might affect your pocketbook, because he's telling you about deals. He's telling you about, AT&T is getting ready to cancel this service. So if you're using that, so I'm a hush. I should let you hype yourself, man. But I really enjoy your show. So
you're doing a great job, man. You're doing a great job. No, basically what it is I'm simplifying tech in a language that you understand. And I'm just giving you 4, like he said, stories that are happening every week. And you need to know about this because these stories are saying that it's either going to happen soon or it's actually happening now or they've already rolled it out. So like, for example, if you have a Samsung phone and it's cracked, the front display screen is cracked. Well, right now, between now and June 27th, you could send it into Samsung and they'll fix it for $50. How many people know that? So if you have a cracked Samsung phone, the front part, not the back glass, but the front, the display, you can get it fixed for $50. Michigan approves digital license plates, and then Android gets the new, what does it say? Android COVID card vaccination records are available. So now you can store your COVID card on your actual phone. So these are stories that you need to know that you didn't even probably know that even existed or that were even out. So every week I just try to give out just some helpful tips to let you know, hey, this is what's going on. Netflix is doing this. I didn't know Netflix did games. Like they literally have games on their actual TV show. I mean, on their programming, and you can either, I think it's on your phone if you go through the app, but then they also have movies that are set up to where you pick the scenario of how the movie ends or how the movie goes. So it gives you a opportunity with a remote to go left or right, and then whichever decision you make on Netflix, that's how the story that's how the story goes. So I mean, these are things that we did not know anything about, but then like I said, we're so engulfed into our own worldly problems or the world that we live in that we don't even know that this stuff is actually happening. And my job is just to simplify it and let's discuss it in real time.
Amen to that. My wife says great show, so that's a high compliment. So I'll take that.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Mom D says it does the background work there. She says I'm a ride or die.
Yeah, she is. That's my family right there. So her and Lisa Maria and Hit the Spot, they definitely support me, and I definitely appreciate them. And however we can make them look good, I do whatever I can to make them right. And they're going to support you too, Tech Troublemaker.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I was going to say the other stuff we want to talk about. Let's see here. Also, here is, just so it's Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. The tech news, you need to be there for that. And then here are some of the many ways to get in touch with TallBoy and TallBoy Enterprises. He is on YouTube as I'm a TallBoy, but also the lab show. I'll bring that back up in a sec. I'm a TallBoy on Instagram, TVE Media on Amazon. So let's talk just a sec about your Amazon TV and your Roku TV channels. I'm fascinated by that. Oops, unless we won't do light around again, but yeah.
So shout out to Sammy Superstar, right? Mm-hmm. So since he's watching, I want Sammy to be over there clapping and giving himself praise because this was all because of Sammy. Sammy, believe it or not, he got a television show on Amazon Prime. I could not believe it. Here is a 16-year-old kid who has a show on Amazon Prime, and it got my creative juices flowing. And then around my birthday of last year, I reached out to Lisa Maria and said, hey, I got this idea. What do you think? And she told me, you know what? Go for it. And I shared the idea with her, but then I told everybody else, I said, hey, it's my birthday. I don't like to ask people for money, but if you would like to donate, I'm working on a project, and I will tell you at a future date what is happening. Most people are like, yeah, right. But then, believe it or not, to my surprise, people actually donated to the project. And I said, you know what? I wanted to build my own network. Seriously, yeah. I create content. And with me creating content, I was like, hey, people like Tech Troublemaker, he does not have an outlet to get his content out of outside of YouTube. So people are cutting the cord. People have now cut cable. So now that you've cut cable, what are you going to watch? Well, most people have a Roku TV at home. Some people have a Fire Stick at home. Some people have jailbroken it as well, right? So people have these things in-house. And it's like, well, how can I get my content on that platform? Because if you have a TV in your house, and if I can just get my station on your TV, now I can start to say, hey, Tech Troublemaker, hey, Sammy Superstar, hey, Walter Strong, hey, whoever it may be, I have my own network to where all you have to do is send the content to me. We can work out something. and I can air your content over here. And then now, guess what? We start to build it up. No different from what Tubi is doing, no different from what Pluto TV is doing, no different from what Netflix is doing. So remember, there was a thing called Blockbuster back in the day, right? And Blockbuster laughed at Netflix, right?
Yeah.
They laughed at them. They laughed them right out of the room. Now, what is Netflix doing now? They
Mm.
have their own network. They now have Emmy Awards. They have award-winning shows, and I'm just one guy that just said, "Let me just create my own content, no different, or let me create my own network, no different from OWN with Oprah, no different from
Mhm.
BET, Sports Center, FX Channel, Disney, whatever it may be." My thing
Yeah.
was, we all are creating live streams, and there's really no platform to post and host our content. So if you turn off the TV, and everybody's not a computer guy. So since you're not a computer guy, or you're a YouTube guy or a Facebook guy, you might be at home and let me just turn on, let me see what's on
Yeah.
TV. Well, if I like Troublemaker's content, let me see what it's all about. If I like old school Tuesday turnups content, let me see what it's all about. And now you can watch it. How can I get my content into the barbershops? How can I get my content into the beauty salons? Well, if you have the Roku TV or the Amazon Fire Stick, it's just a matter of whether or not you want to download the channel. And that's kind of
Mm.
what we did. And so once we released this last year, I silently said, let me start building content. Let me see how hard it is to program the content, and I've been building it for about a year. So
Wow.
I'm going to probably do a more heavy marketing push going into post my birthday of this year of next month, and we're going to see how we can, start saying how can we get more content on the channel. That's
That
it.
sounds really cool. When I pivot on my YouTube content, I should bring you back on. We should talk about that. That's very fascinating. So, all
Yeah,
right. Well, we've kept a lot of people out past their bedtime, including myself, and
yeah.
so this has been a great show, Tallboy. I thank you so much for being on the show, and I thank you for your patience for all the technical difficulties. We got through it, and so thank you to everybody that stuck with us to the end. Yeah, amazing. Sammy said amazing show, but he says I'm going to sleep now. It's getting late. James Hicks gave us a thumbs up, so that's big. Amazing show, Roy. I'm with you. So thank you so much, sir. I do appreciate it. Thank you for being on the show. And yeah, wow. Everybody needs to go tomorrow night and go to the Lab Tech show at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You need to go there and watch that tomorrow night. If you go there, you already got it scheduled probably, so you can go out there and hit that notification and get notified. And YouTube sometimes will be nice and tell you that it's coming on, so you go watch when the notifications work. So definitely go out and see there. It's called Blessings Family. We believe in you, Roy. Yes. Family, you without family, you just can't make it in life. That's just the way of the world. That's family is just amazing. So I know my wife is definitely, super supportive. So all right, that's it, man. We're gonna call it. We'll let everybody get some sleep now. Again, thank you so much. That is it. Let's see. Everybody wave goodbye. Bye. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. And we're out of here.